right, should be live any second. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 5:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 7th of February 2017. And I had maybe, I guess, what you call an epiphany moment, or something really just came into my head and I needed to talk about this. I wanted to go to sleep, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I have to talk about this while I have it fresh in my mind. And I think we're being duped. There's an old saying that says, if something's too good to be true, it usually is. And one of the good things about getting back into the comics is I started watching a couple of shows that I haven't watched in a while, one of them being Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I noticed something about the Super Bowl, and I noticed they had something in common. And I want to discuss this. And actually, it has to do with another movie, The Matrix, and you'll see in a second. So I don't know how many people are actually going to watch this live, considering it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, but you'll see it eventually. So thank you if you are watching it live or watching it whenever. Give this a little thought, and I think we're being deceived. Now, if you watched the latest episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's going to be a little spoiler, so, I mean, if it ruins it for you, I'm sorry, but this is poignant to what I'm about to say. There is an agent, her name is Agent May, and she gets kidnapped by some bad guys, and they put her in this virtual reality setup where they have her medicated so she can't escape. They put on a virtual reality to they didn't want to kill her, they just had to keep her captive. Now, they found in the beginning, when they were putting her in peaceful, relaxing situations, she would wake up from it realizing it was fake and escape. So ultimately, what they found to keep her under is they said they needed to give her something to fight for. And in the dream state that she was in, she ultimately was set into motion of being deceived in the sense of she was fighting her way out and she was winning. And it made her stay under the trance because she believed she was fighting for something. But meanwhile, she was being lied to. Now, if you remember the movie The Matrix, that's kind of a similar situation where at first they said, at first we tried to make a utopia for you. And it was a disaster. They lost tons of crops. But when they made it where you felt like you had something to fight for, you accepted the programming. Now, where does this come in with football, the football game this year? This could be coincidence. It could have been planned. I'll leave that up for you. But we had the Falcons versus the Patriots. Now, this was Super Bowl 51, which in Roman numerals is LI. So it was Super Bowl lie. Now, if you know anything about symbolism, well, what is the bird that is not only used in this country, but also in the days of the Egyptians? Well, they used the eagle, phoenix, or falcon. So we had the falcons on one side. Versus the patriots. Well, if you think about America, you're talking about the patriotic people, the people that are following Trump. So you have basically the falcons, which represents the old ways, the Illuminati. Now I'm talking symbolism, through the phoenix, the bird, the eagle rising, the falcon, versus the patriots. And you see in the beginning of the battle, like in the symbolism of the control of things, that for the majority of this game, the evil ones, the Falcons, were winning. And at the last second, the Patriots pulled out a victory. And I think we're being deceived here. Because you see with the whole Donald Trump movement, with what's going on in Europe with Nigel Farage, and all of these things where they're telling you that we're winning. This reminds me of 2011 when I was listening to people like David Wilcox. And he was talking about how there's these white dragons and they're ready to come in and arrest all of these people and they're going to save the day. And it never happened. And it seems like we're going through that all over again. And if you think about the symbolism of that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, the Matrix movie, what if Because, they're grand deceivers. What if their control mechanism is to make you think, or make us think, that we're winning? You kind of ease up on searching for evil if you think you've won. What if we're not really winning? What if that is the setup? What if that is the illusion to make us think that we don't have to investigate anymore, or we don't have to worry about people like George Soros and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, and they just go underground and we think we won? When what if the control is making us think that we need something to fight for and we're winning that fight? Are we really, when the Federal Reserve is still controlling the monetary system? When even though Trump says repeatedly how the media is rigged, he doesn't do anything to shut them down? How all these things are all of a sudden just seeming too good to be true. I could be reading into things, or there could be something to this. I will leave it up to you. I'm not going to make this a long video, but it was something that was so important that at almost 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, I could not go to bed. I was going to do this video tomorrow, but I was just like, I don't want to forget anything. And I want you to watch The Matrix again. I want you to watch the latest episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and see that their method of controlling the quote-unquote good guys is by not giving them a utopia, not giving them a peaceful scenario, but a scenario where you have to fight and battle and fight for everything that you're supposedly winning, and it keeps you under a trance. And you have the symbolism of Super Bowl lie, where they give the illusion that the Falcons, in other words, the Phoenix, the eagle, represented by the Egyptians, which would be representative of the Illuminati, the old ways of control, that the majority of the game seemed like a breeze that they had it under control. And then at the last second, the Patriots come in and win, the patriotic ones. But is it Super Bowl lie? I'll let you be the judge of that. Food for thought. Watch the whole video if you haven't seen it from the beginning so you can hear what I was talking about. And this is an interesting one I thought I'd share. What you do with it is up to you. Thanks for listening. And it will probably process. It usually takes about a half hour. So you think what you want. Just something about it just doesn't seem right. Just seems like too many things are just setting into place that are too good to be true when it's been centuries of struggle and domination. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Thanks for listening.